I have managed the SEO for lots of enterprise-sized business. I've even had the opportunity to work on a 9-figure e-commerce company, and I've gone ahead and created this epic guide. That's 10 stages that you're going to go through in order to reach success. So whether you're someone at an agency looking for some ideas, or maybe you're working in-house, whoever you are, whatever the reason, you're going to gain a lot of insight from this video. And if you implement what I go over, I can almost guarantee you will see this type of growth that you see here for your client. Now, in case you don't know who I am, my name is Sakes, and I've been doing digital marketing for a decade now, and I've been involved in SEO for over 8 years now. I've spent over 16,000 hours doing SEO. So let's jump straight into stage 1. It's going to be a juicy video, so make sure you're taking notes. Very important. Or you can just come back and watch this video. So first of all, check your revenue generating pages first. Those are the most important. Those are making the most money. So guess what? Let's squeeze as much as we can out of these pages. So what you're going to do is make sure each one has a single H1 on the page, a self-referencing canonical tag, the correct lang tag, and the page is indexable. So for example, let's just take ASOS here. And what you're going to do is download the Easy SEO extension. It's a free Chrome extension that I created. So we can see they've got a H1. Unfortunately, it's all the way here when the H1 tag should be at the very top of the headings. In terms of the meta title, yes, it fits, and yes, it is allowed to be indexed, but this page is currently not the canonical. So each page you want to rank, it should have the canonical link to it. It should have a self-referencing canonical. So as you can see, these are two different URLs here. These two should be the same URL if you want that page to rank. And if you look at the language, it's GB, which makes sense because I'm searching from the UK, but if we were in the US, it would say US ideally, or if we're in Spain, it would give the Spanish version of the lang tag. So make sure you check that with your pages, highest revenue generating pages. So next up, the XML sitemap. So make sure all the pages you want index, including the products, the categories, the blog posts and images are inside the XML sitemap. So again, you can use the extension, click on sitemap here, and you'll be able to see the different sitemaps. So make sure you've got yours for all the pages you want to be indexed. So let's take this particular page, this particular sitemap here. This is for their news page, and I've got all the stuff they want indexed here. So make sure you've got that as well. A sitemap is basically going to help Google better understand and crawl your website. You don't need it, but it will help. So next up, a robots file. Make sure the pages you don't want indexed, like the internal search results and faceted pages, are blocked in the robots. So if we search here, and if you pay attention to the URL up here, if you search, it's going to give a result. We don't want this to be indexed. We want this to be blocked by the robots. So as you can see here, this extension shows that the robots is blocking this page, which is good. So you don't want any of your internal search results to be crawled by Google. So if you click the robots.txt, this is basically what a robots file looks like. It can be quite intimidating, but if you know how they work, then obviously it's not going to be as intimidating. If you want a video on that, just comment below and just let me know. So you can see certain things it's allowing to be indexed. So a good practice is to link to all your sitemaps at the very bottom of the robots file. And it's telling crawlers to not index certain pages like / security -issues. It doesn't want the robot to crawl that page. So next up, check for keyword cannibalization. So keyword cannibalization, like this picture from Ahrefs depicts, is, let's say you've got a keyword that only ranks for page A, and then you've got another keyword that ranks for page B, but then you've got a problem where page A and page B are trying to rank for the same keyword. So what can happen is these pages start fighting each other and none of them are able to rank one because Google doesn't know which one to rank above one another. So one simple way to find these pages is simply by looking at your menu. Basically, you're just going to use your brain and try and figure out if these pages are cannibalizing. So if you see something like women's shoes, and then if you see girls' shoes, guess what? That might be cannibalizing because they're very similarly related. And what you can do is go to Google Search Console, click on pages, and then type in girls' shoes and women's shoes and see which page is ranking, which one's getting the most clicks, and that will help reveal to you keyword cannibalization. So if you see the women's shoes page ranking for girls shoes, then guess what, that's probably cannibalizing. So you may want to fix that right there. And you can also use a keyword tracker for a keyword to see if the correct page ranks. So that's stage 1, doing an SEO audit. Of course, there's a lot more that goes into it, but if I go over full SEO audit, we'll be here for days. So next up, stage 2, keyword placement. So place your target keyword in the meta title and H1 tag. The biggest SEO gain you're going to get from your on-page SEO effort is simply having your main keyword in the meta title and H1 tag. So you can see what the meta title looks like by just hovering up to the tab here. And you can also use the SEO extension, look at title tag, and this will show you what the meta title looks like. And you can look at the subheadings, click on the subheadings tab, and you can see what H1 looks like. Okay, so this is a big problem here. Well, not really, because this page is an internal search result, but let's say if it was a category page and it didn't have a H1 in there, that'd be a big problem. So you may have a H1, but it could be empty, so make sure you check that. Very important. Use as much of the meta title space as you can. So after optimizing thousands of pages, I found that the biggest on-page SEO ranking factor, besides the keyword intent, is having the keyword in the meta title. So what you're going to do is see what features people are searching for and include them in the meta title. So if you look at this meta title here, it's women's black shoes, patent, slip-ons and heels. So that category page probably has a bunch of different types of shoes, and I've gone ahead and added as much as those types of shoes inside the meta title, because the meta title is going to give that signal to Google regarding what the page is about. So you can see the meta title, and if it's too long, it will cut off. So basically you're going to fit as much keywords as you can inside the meta title. And if you don't know what keywords to add, you can just look at the features your product has. So this shirt is, let's say you're selling this shirt, or let's just say you're selling this jumper. It's purple, it's Puma, it's a hoodie, let's say it's soft, let's say it's made out of cotton, and you're basically going to add those into the meta title, as many of those keywords as you can without it cutting off or it sounding weird. Okay, this is a great one. Internal link like a pro. If you're enjoying this video and you have any questions, make sure to comment below. And also, I'd highly recommend you check out this video. Just click on view channel, and this will be the first video that pops up. Make sure you go through that, because that's going to clarify a lot. The editing is a lot better. So use the silo strategy. So this is easier than it sounds. Silo sounds a bit complicated, but it's very simple, very straightforward. So for example, we've got wines here, right? This is the wines page, non-alcoholic wine. And we've also got the sub pages, which are non-alcoholic red wine, non-alcoholic white wine, non-alcoholic rosé wine. So you're going to link from the subcategories all the way up to the wines categories, all the way up to the parent category. And then you're going to have at least one link from the parent category to one of the child categories. And what's happening is you've created a silo. Whenever you get a link, that link juice is going to spread between all the pages. All that authority is going to spread between all the pages. They'll all be receiving that love, essentially, and get a rankings boost. And that internal linking helps increase the relevancy as well, and that'll give you another boost. And that's basically the simplest terms of a silo, basically. And if you want a better description, as I mentioned, check out this video. The editing's way better, and you'll probably get a better understanding. If you don't already understand that, I thought it's pretty basic. Next up, link from the home page. So you've got to remember that the home page is the most powerful page on your entire website, and when you link from the home page, you spread that power using the most powerful page, right? So for example, these guys, I'm just using these guys as an example. They want to rank these product pages. Well, guess what? They're linking to them from the home page. Another important thing they've done is they've linked to their the category pages as well that they want to rank. So non-alcoholic red wine, non-alcoholic white wine. So they've gone ahead and linked to those pages as well, and all those links pointing to the home page are also going to be funneled to those subcategory pages as well. So make sure you're doing that. Cool. All right. Next up, getting a bit hot in here. Include links in the footer. So if you watch this channel You might be rolling your eyes at this point because I always mention this because it works so well. So all you're going to do is link to the pages you want to rank within the footer. So using this as an example, so they're popular collection pages, they've gone ahead and linked to those within the footer. And they're going to get another rankings boost by doing that, because the footer, there's a bunch of pages on this website, and the links to these pages, to these subcategories, basically will increase by, I don't know, tenfold probably. So very simple, very straightforward. Next up, no follow your social media links. So save that link juice. So in simple terms, the more outbound links you have, the less power other pages will have. So if you're internally linking to a bunch of your pages, but you've got a bunch of outbound links, that power is going to be diluted essentially. So I think this is a pretty good diagram. So this is your website and it's linking out to other pages. So it's got 3 external links, so 33%, 33%, 33%. So it's splitting that link juice. So instead, if you have fewer links, it won't be splitting that link juice as much. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, please let me know in the comments below. So if you look at this example here, and we can use the links tab here, highlight no follow links. So it's gone ahead and highlighted it. So as you can see, these links are no follow. Open the floodgates of traffic by indexing facets. You'd be surprised by how many people don't know about this. So the facets are basically this filter on the left here. So if you go on your category page, you look at the filter on the left. So for example, so if you look at these here, these filters here, this would be called faceted navigation here. All you're going to do basically index the ones that make sense. So vacuum cleaners. So on the left here, on the faceted navigation, you have handheld. So that'll be handheld hoovers. So guess what? That probably have search queries for it. So when people click on that, the page will be filtered, and basically you'd want a page dedicated to that. So this is a great way to give you a bunch of ideas to create more category pages, and that'll basically be more hooks in the water, more opportunities for you to rank. And that's stage 5. So stage 6, make sure your pages are more potent by using LSI keywords. LSI simply stands for latent semantic indexing. It's basically a fancy way of saying synonyms, right, or keywords related to your keyword. And what you can do is use keyword sniper. So let's just say you sell dog food, or you do dog food delivery. I'll just stick with dog food. So dog food, and what this tool will do is basically going to find your keywords that Google themselves considers related to that keyword. So all this data is coming from Google themselves, instead of a random tool you're using that you don't know where the keyword data is coming from. So at least with this tool, this is my tool that I built, the keywords that you get suggested come directly from Google themselves. So you could add any relevant here is keywords that make sense. So food for sensitive stomach. So yep, I'd want to keep that in. Comparison, that might be something that's relevant. So you've got some questions here for you. What is the best food to feed your dog? You might want to include an FAQ section, and basically you're doing that, finding those LSI keywords. So dry dog food you got right there. So you might think, okay, dry dog food, what about wet dog food now? So you can also put that in a thesaurus to find some more LSI keywords. So put dog. So let's just see what synonyms. So puppy, bitch, cur, doggy, hound, mongrel, mutt, pooch, stray. So add any of those relevant keywords. So what was the other word? Food. So food, bread, cooking, cuisine, drink, alignment, bite, board. So you're going to try and include as many of these as you can. So as you can see here with this thesaurus, it gives you the strongest match, and then strong matches, then weak matches as well. So it's a great way to find LSI keywords. Stage 7, we're whizzing straight through this. JavaScript SEO. Whenever I speak with a business owner, they always skip this JavaScript SEO, which I don't blame them because they don't know, right? So keep JS to a minimum. So it could take Google 50 times more resources to render the JavaScript compared to the HTML. So JavaScript, in a nutshell, it's more difficult it takes more resources for Google to render that page. And it's important to make sure Google doesn't need a lot of resources to render your page, because you've got to remember there's a shit ton of AI content out there and Google's constantly crawling the web. One of the reasons why sites are getting hit is because Google just doesn't have enough resources. That's one of the reasons why I believe sites are getting hit. Because of the rise of AI content, Google just doesn't have the resources to index them. And of course, you have other reasons as well. So here's some best practices. Obviously, keep JavaScript to a minimum. Don't use a bunch of resources for search engines. They don't like it because it costs them a lot of money, and it will cost you a lot of money if you make this mistake. Minify the code, shrink the images. If you can use HTML or CSS over JavaScript, then do so. Now, if you want to see, it's another great thing about this tool. I'm not trying to blow smoke up my arse here, but we've also got a JavaScript tool here. So JavaScript checks. So what you can do is disable the JavaScript. I'm not going to disable it because the video might stop recording. So you can see what your page looks like without JavaScript, and essentially you want the page to load your links and your images, right? You want users to be able to navigate the site even if JavaScript was disabled. So you're basically going to go over the checks here, like does the main navigation load when JS is disabled? Does the body, content and image load when JS is disabled? Is the site operable? Check your homepage, category, product and blog posts. Image SEO, stage 8, name the image file. So if you want to rank your images, this is important, especially if you're a clothes brand. You're going to get clicks through the images, and you can see now on Google that in terms for e-commerce, so let's just say Dragon Ball figure. So Dragon Ball figure, so lots of images are coming up. Bam, 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 bam. So guess what? You're going to want to optimize your images. So make sure you actually describe the image instead of keyword stuffing. Stop trying to put a load of keywords in there. They'll bite you back. They'll bite you in the arse. So you want to give an actual description. So for example here, this is Goku Super Saiyan, ripped closed, standing on a cloud, action figure. So that'll be a good description for that. A decent description, right? Next up, name the alt text. So it's there to describe the image for visually impaired people. And if the image doesn't load, the alt text will appear instead. So that's the reason for the alt text. But Google also uses it for SEO. So you can just literally copy the file name into the alt text. Easy. So next up, keep in mind that the text around the image influence it in terms of the image search. So it goes back to the previous stage where you need to use semantic keywords. So make sure you got LSI keywords on the page as well. That'll help you. Moving on swiftly, target buyer keywords. So that's one of the blogging strategies. So make sure you get the intent right, and if you don't get the intent right, you're not going to rank. Very simple. Doesn't matter how good your other SEO stuff is going. So there are 3 main stages of the buyer journey. There's the awareness stage, there's the consideration stage, and then there's the decision stage, right? So in the awareness, they're now aware of the pain/problem. Then the consideration stage, they're looking for a solution. And then there's the decision stage where they know exactly what they're going to buy. And they're basically typing in things like buy, then they'll put type of product. So if you want buyer keywords, you're going to tackle the consideration stage. So one keyword template you can use is best X for Y, best, let's say you're a graphics card company, best graphics card for Fortnite, best graphics card for video editors, right? Very simple. The next reason why you want to blog is for topical authority, so strengthen your position. So the bundle of problems people have with their e-commerce business when it comes to SEO is trying to outrank sites like Amazon and eBay and Etsy, and that's because they have a lot more pages dedicated to the types of products they sell, versus your site probably doesn't have anywhere near that kind of topical authority. So guess what? Google's going to rank them instead of you. And what you can do is blog about that topic to increase your topical authority. Last but not least is the backlinking strategy. Now, first of all, I just want to clarify, backlinking is paid to win. Yes, you can get some free backlinks, but the backlinks I'm referring to are guest posts. Those are the ones that are really going to push the needle forward and increase your bottom line. But it's not a predictable strategy, so you will be paying for backlinks. And you can use Facebook groups. So join SEO groups and niche related groups, and you can go in there asking them if you can guest post on their site. And there is a particular way you can do it. And what I recommend you do is go to my channel where I'll go over this video titled First 100 Backlinks. You're going to want to watch that, and I'll give you a very good understanding of how to build backlinks. It's a step-by-step guide, highly recommend it. So next up, digital PR. So in a nutshell, in order to succeed, you need an interesting story and pitch reporters, and you need to be able to at least pitch it at scale. And you can also use freelance sites. So this is similar to the Facebook group. So what you can do is put out a job post, basically saying you're looking to guest post and then on sites related to your industry. And then essentially you're going to negotiate a price. And of course, make sure that website is actually getting traffic. And again, go to that video, watch that first, and then basically you'll have a very good understanding. And if you want me to help you, then I'd highly recommend booking a one-on-one call with myself. It's for 1 hour, and basically I'm going to help guide you and basically upgrade your skills, clarify a bunch of things, and basically make you a better SEO. So I'll leave a link to that in the description below. Now, one of the things I'm doing is trying to post a video a day, but I'm really crap at it because, I have been ill for a week. I'm still pretty ill. But yeah, I'm basically trying to upload as much as I can. So if you want more e-commerce related content, then I'd highly recommend you subscribe. I'll see you hopefully in tomorrow's video.